This is The Herd. Wherever you may be and however you may be listening, we're on iHeartRadio, we're on Fox Sports Radio, and we are on FS1. Joy Taylor is joining me, hour two, lively first hour. Zion Williamson, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Odell Beckham, all sorts of stuff. Odell Beckham not happy with Doug Gottlieb. A lot of cats and dogs living together there. Fireworks. So, Kyrie Irving of the Celtics, he is talking a lot lately. He was talking to Rachel Nichols at ESPN about all these rumors about where he's going, and he had a quote. He said, people don't realize on the outside that a lot of things that are said get into the locker rooms. Like a lot of things that are put into the headlines, they get into the locker rooms. And media has broken up locker rooms. It's been done before. Yeah, weak locker rooms. The Patriots, and their locker room doesn't get broken up with media. And Alabama football doesn't get broken up. And Clemson football doesn't get broken up. And the Golden State Warriors don't get broken up. Weak marriages, weak businesses, weak cultures, and weak locker rooms get broken up by the media. If you can't withstand the media, I mean, if Golden State couldn't handle us, you think they beat Michael Jordan's Bulls or the Showtime Lakers? They couldn't handle us? Bunch of out-of-shape sports writers and sportscasters? And then Kyrie Irving said this about the rumors about Kevin Durant and the video in the hallway that showed he and Kevin Durant talking. Kyrie said this.
So it's a video of me and one of my best friends talking. Yeah. And then it turns out to be a dissection of a free agency meeting. You get that? Like, do you get that? And then I'm asked questions about it. Like, that's what disconnects me from all that. Like, it's my life, right? It's two people talking, having a conversation. But it's a video of somebody assuming what we're talking about, right?
I hear you.
Making an opinion about it. So why would I care about it? Why does that have an impact on my life? Why are you asking me those type of questions?
Because you're a superstar in the NBA. This is not an indictment on the media. It's an indictment on Kyrie Irving, who's letting this crap get him worked up. Like, dude, you left the best player in the world, LeBron, and then you left a team that had been to the finals 3 straight years, the second best team in the world. So you left the best player in the second best team. I'm going to assume that you have the right to leave in 3 months. You may, and you're a star. And I thought with all this stuff, you know what? Instead of criticizing him, certain players I just sort of give up on the sensitive stuff, and I put them into my all-sensitive Hall of Fame. And without further ado, it is time to induct our newest member into our all-sensitive Hall of Fame. And before we do that, let's look back at the other members of the hallowed hall. Kevin Durant, who has dominated the NBA Finals and also the comment section on YouTube. Kevin Durant is in our all-sensitive Hall of Fame. Odell Beckham Jr., who can handle a football with one hand, but doesn't appear to be able to handle Doug Gottlieb. Terrell Owens, a man who needs no introduction, but at this point could really actually use a conclusion. So Kevin Durant, Odell Beckham's on the all-sensitive team. And I think T.O. is already a member of the all-sensitive team. Baker Mayfield, who gained admittance into the hall just last year for his constant need to attack anybody who dares criticize him. And that leads us to our newest inductee, Kyrie Irving, who today earns admittance for his continued dedication to believing that the entire world, even though he's an NBA superstar, should not talk about him in a hallway, even though the reason we talk about him in a hallway is because he's a superstar. And that's good for his business. So congratulations, you have been inducted into our all-sensitive Hall of Fame. Aaron Rodgers, by the way, has been nominated. Not inducted yet, but he's like this far out.
Aaron Rodgers is not in?
It's Aaron Rodgers. In fact, this weekend, where the committee is voting on it.
Oh, okay. I feel like he's just got one more little push.
Hey, like every Hall of Fame, there's always somebody you think should be in there or not.
Yeah, there's always that final vote.
So I've never bought into Kevin Durant leaving the Warriors. I think it's insane. I would never do it. But Sam Amick, NBA reporter, came on our show yesterday, and I asked him, do you think he's going? And he said, well, certain people are talking.
There's this kind of unique calculus in sports media and sports fandom where the idea of getting one championship in New York is worth however many somewhere else. And that's where I think in his mind, that prospect of going there, doing something like that, obviously that's a pretty tough mountain to climb, but doing it in that market, in that city, with that friendship he has with Jay-Z, who knows better than anybody kind of what New York can bring you. I think that is what he's looking at. His people have gone around the league and talked in pretty, kind of alarming terms about the New York possibility. That's why we're talking about it so much.
Okay, so once Sam said that, then it's a real deal. That's where I got my Russell Wilson story. That's where I got my Christian Pulisic story about a month before it got reported. Once agents talk, that's who star athletes go to when they have a question or a crisis. They don't go to mom. They don't go to dad. They don't go to their cousins. They don't go to their coach. They don't go to their GM. They don't go to the team owner. They go to their agent. That's what agents do. They solve problems, and they give you information, and they lay out the land for you. That's the number one reason I think it's real. The number two reason is Kevin Durant is sensitive, and I don't think he'd get any pushback for going. The media is rooting for him to go to the Knicks because it makes the league more interesting. The NBA right now has a parity issue. If he left to the Knicks, the NBA writers get read more, get more clicks, get more money, get more value when we're interested in what they say. Secondly, the NBA privately would love this. They know they have an issue. Numbers are down, 12% All-Star game down, 20% TNT ratings are down. Is that because the guys are not good basketball players? No, they've got a problem. They have a team that's so dominant that nobody can compete with them. And I don't think he gets crushed for this. When LeBron left Cleveland the first time, it was almost like bailing on your high school girlfriend. You were super talented, but come on, she was there for you. And when he left small market Oklahoma City, Kevin Durant, it was, come on, they stuck through you. Nobody's going to have any pity for poaching Golden State in their dynasty that's already won 3 titles if he goes to New York. So number one, agents are talking. That usually means it's real. And number two is Kevin is sensitive, and I think he knows. Not going to get a lot of pushback. Just think about this. Let's say tomorrow he announces, I'm going to the Knicks. Media doesn't rip him.
Oh, well, I mean, it's still the middle of the season.
No. Let me reframe it. They win a title, and he announces next day, I'm going to New York. I'm not going to get any pushback for that. In fact, what the media will do is what they often do. They rip you for doing something. Then when you win, they rewrite history and go, I told you so. This was a brilliant move by him. The media never admits they're wrong. The media never admits they were on the wrong side. And the media was completely diametrically opposed to him going to Golden State. They ripped him. We did not. They did. And I wouldn't rip him for leaving, but they will also, though critical initially, the media will be like, it's good for the league.
It is great for the league because it's New York.
Yes.
And like I said before, I feel like the Knicks are the Cowboys of the NBA. They're just that iconic franchise that maybe hasn't won the big game in a long time. They haven't won the championship, but they are a humongous international brand.
And also, Joy, he signed 1-year deals. He's never married them. He's been dating. He's been doing 1-year contracts.
No, it feels a lot like the LeBron in Miami situation.
Yes.
And I would argue that even though if he stayed, he may win that 4th title in a row,
yes,
which would be a big deal. It'd be a much bigger deal if he won 3 titles in a row and then eventually won 1 title in New York. Because it's New York. I actually think that would be bigger than winning the 4 because people are constantly going to say he joined this super team and that it was just easy for them.
Yeah, I think it feels like it's more likely to happen than not happen. In fact, the story today, the headline today is Warriors, quote, have no idea, unquote, if Kevin Durant will re-sign in the offseason. I would stay. I would win a 3rd, stay for a 4th with a new arena, then see if Zion goes there. I want to see what happens. I want to see what gets cobbled together. But it's all fun, I'll say that. Coming up next, be totally honest with me next. What was your first thought? Go to Twitter. What was your first image, your first thought when Zion Williamson went down last night? Be totally honest, not what you think this morning, because I'm going to tell you what my first thought was. My first image in my head. That's coming up next. Sleep can be a struggle for a lot of people. You toss and you turn all night, then you're grumpy to those around you, and you're not very effective at work. Overheating, tossing and turning, not comfortable. The folks at Casper looked at what keeps us awake and dreamed up the new Casper Wave mattress. Okay? It's different. Advanced ergonomic system aligns your body at 33 points head to toe. Support where you need it, relief where you want it. It's got 5 layers of premium foam, ultra breathable foams, humidity fighting wool on the cover. Regulates your temperature. Cool all night, stay asleep. It's the ultimate luxury, sleep is. So when it comes to choosing a new mattress, don't sell yourself short, really, honestly. I even tell my daughter, she goes to